Welcome to another episode. I just thought I'd actually use this episode to look at my collection and look at some of the cooler things that I own in my collection. I got two Udon arcade sticks. So this is my second Udon arcade stick because I love to play arcade games on my PlayStation 2 and my Xbox, against my friends with these style controls. 8 buttons, classic Street Fighter control. It's very hard for me to play a fighting game without one of these. The Xenogears Perfect works. For any real serious Xenogear fan, it's just an art book and a huge story explanation of everything that is Xenogears. It cost me about $100 back in the day, but a beautiful book. You should really try to check that out if you're a Xenogears fan. So this one's a funny one. Probably a lot of people recognize it. It's a slime controller. But at the time when I bought this, it wasn't in this country. So I imported it and paid all the stupid fees on that. And about 2 weeks after I got it, they announced the American version. So I was a little bit choked, per se. As you can see, it's an actual controller there. Have I ever used it? No. Here is a rare keyboard controller for the GameCube. Rare in the fact that it never came out over here. I imported it for Phantasy Star Online episodes 1 and 2. Here's a funny one, good old Nomad. This thing takes like 10,000 batteries to operate it every time I turn it on. For a portable Genesis, it's great as long as you can afford the batteries. I showed this in my Sega Gaga review, I'll just show it again. It is the Sega Gaga box set, limited edition from Japan. So here's a bomb from Bomberman. From Japan. Actually, me and my friends use it as a drinking game because if you throw it at somebody like this, watch this. That's really lucky. It just exploded on me, but most times when you throw it to somebody, you hear this. So we throw it at each other, and actually when you hear the exploding sound, that's when you drink. So we've gotten very wasted playing with this stinking bomb. We call it the bomb. It is Phantasy Star, the gold box. This is very, very rare. I absolutely love it. So another game that is pretty rare is Earthbound, the big box. I remember walking into the store when this first went on sale, and there was like 60 of them. Man, do I ever wish I bought 60 of them. So here's a game that's kind of rare. It's the original Chrono Trigger. I got a whole bunch of those, the old Final Fantasies and stuff like that. But I just wanted to bring this one out. I remember walking into the store, buying this day one, slapping $100 down. So a friend of mine got me this probably about 8 years ago. And it's a Game Doctor from Hong Kong. And it's actually used for copying Super Nintendo games onto little hard disks. And sometimes it was funny though. You had like 7 discs for a game. You had to load them all in. So I never really got too much use out of this. Some old, classic Sega CD games, Lunar and Popful Mail. And then both Lunars on the PlayStation 1. Shenmue 2 on the Dreamcast, the European version that I had to freaking import and pay a lot of money to get. But it was worth it. I got to play Shenmue 2 and that was an amazing game. That was a really good game. And for Dragon Quest fans out there, how could I not own Dragon Warrior 1, Dragon Warrior 2, 3, and 4, all mint in box. Now, by no means I'm not bragging about this, but I actually have Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo on the 3DO. It was actually the best version of it at the time. So I saved one of my best things for last. This is one of the crowning jewels that I have in my collection. It's something I'm really happy to own. I'm very lucky to own, I should say that. I went to Anime Expo in LA in 2000, and this is just after Grandia had come out on the PlayStation 1. It had come out on the Sega Saturn in Japan before that. But when I was there, through a rare chance, I was walking and I recognized somebody. And it was the character designer of Grandia. And so I grabbed him and I said, hey, could you do me a favor? Could you do me a character sketch? Could you do me Justin from Grandia? So he understood the word Justin. And he kind of looked at me and I was like, oh please, I was like begging, I was a crazy fan. And he sat down and for a good 10 to 15 minutes, he sketched me out this, right here. My original Justin by the character designer of Grandia. I am so lucky to have this. I'm so thrilled to have it. And I thanked him so much for doing it. So yeah, do you guys have anything that's, that are real gems in your collection? Something that you're really excited about, that you were able to come across, or you were able to find? Absolutely post it in this thread. I'm so interested in always finding, what people have in their collections or what they were able to find. So anyways, hope you enjoyed some of the stuff that I own. Until next time.